What up, what up, what up? My name is MC Cubed. I apologize for my voice sounding the way it sounds. This is a video that I've considered making for a while. I thought about waiting until I was more popular to make the video. I thought about waiting until February to make the video because that's Black History Month, but I decided to just make it now. Just some things that have been on my chest for a while that I would like to get off. The reason I'm talking about this now is because the year is almost over, and moving forward, I'd like to make more music and animated content rather than videos like this unless I absolutely have to. This is not the type of content that I usually make, and I would like to keep it that way. This video is not scripted, I'm just talking. So, I am what you would consider Black or African American, but I've never used these labels, and I still do not use these labels. When I was a little kid, I always found it weird that we were considered Black because, well, my skin's not black, it's brown, obviously. I've always considered myself American. I'm not African, I'm just American. And that's not me saying I don't see color or I disregard my heritage, that's just how I was raised. As a kid, I was taught it doesn't matter what someone looks like or where they came from. What matters is that you treat them with respect, which I've been doing this entire time. Growing up, I was an incredibly naive kid. I didn't really care about race or anything like that, but now that I'm older and I'm more aware of my surroundings, I look back and realize that this has been building up for a while. When me and my niece, who's about a year and a half younger than me, were little, I remember being in the family room and she had called me an Oreo. For context, I was raised and still live in the suburbs, and she was raised in a more urban area. I understood what she meant, that I basically was a white person on the inside, but I was taken aback because I didn't understand why she would call me that. My feelings weren't hurt or anything, I was just taken aback and kind of confused, but ultimately I really did not care, so I just moved on. But this wouldn't be the first time something like this would happen. So in 2020, when George Floyd was killed, I got into a debate with two of my friends. One's white, one's mixed, and I feel like I need to preface this right now, but I'm still on good terms with both these people to this day. I can't remember all the details, but my stance is protesting is okay. Rioting, looting, and demonizing white people, which frequently happened, is not. Minutes deep into the debate, my white, and I say white in quotes because I hate denoting by color, my white friend says that I was being disrespectful towards my own race. I found that mildly annoying, but overall, like I said, I didn't really care, so I just moved on. Later that year in my online philosophy college class, this was in high school by the way, a day or so after election day when it was announced that Joe Biden won the presidential election and would be president in 2021, pretty much everyone I knew was celebrating while I was not. Most people online assume I'm conservative, but I'm actually apolitical and think all politics are stupid and do nothing but divide people. The teacher asked everyone what we thought about Joe Biden winning and Trump losing and all that. Everybody was celebrating and saying how it was a good thing that Biden won. I was the only person who outwardly said that him winning was not the best course of action. I never said I was a Trump supporter. I never said I even liked Trump. I'm just saying that I don't think that Biden is the best person for the role of president, given things he said and done, such as you're not black if you don't vote for him, but more on that later. Looking back now, I realize I probably should have read the room and kept my thoughts to myself, especially considering a lot of the people that were in the class with me were people I had dealt with since middle school, and none of them I liked, none of them liked me. They were all incredibly toxic and hostile, and their true colors really showed when I said what I said. I was met with immediate hostility. I was pressured into giving up my Snapchat, upon which I was insulted repeatedly, was told that I was an embarrassment / betraying my own race, was told that I was getting my black card revoked, was threatened to not come back to school. Every single time I kept leaving the chat, they kept adding me back. At the time, my Snapchat name read Rip Cannon and Rowan in reference to Cannon Hinnant and Rowan Sweeney, two kids who were murdered. At one point when they added me back, they had said F Cannon and Rowan, and I just was taken aback. I don't know if they knew this, but Cannon and Rowan were two white kids who were killed by black men. There was a lot of controversy surrounding the minimal media coverage surrounding this. Many people, myself included, theorized that because they were white kids killed by black men, the media didn't want to talk about it in the same way that George Floyd was heavily covered, because if the roles were reversed, Earth probably would have been lit on fire. But anyways, I'm saying all that to say I was insulted, dehumanized, and threatened for not thinking like other black people. The final situation I want to talk about takes place between 2021 and 2022 when I was caught up in some internet drama between friends and ex-friends. I was accused of many things, all of which being untrue and very clearly made up. One of the things was that I'm racist, but in the very same breath, the person who accused me of being racist said, and I quote, I sound white as hell in my video. So you're calling me racist, but you don't even know what I look like, and they're saying that I sound okay. Now, I've said throughout this video that I don't personally care about any of this stuff, so you're probably wondering, if I don't care about it so much, why am I talking about it, why am I making a video about it, and why am I sharing it with all of you? Even though I never cared about what people said to me specifically, I'm worried about future generations. Kids growing up and basically being told that they have to act a certain certain way, otherwise they're not humans. This is part of the reason I've never really considered myself to be part of the quote-unquote black community, because in my eyes, it's not really a community, it's more of a hive mind. The black community swears up and down they want diversity, representation, equality, etc., etc., but the very second a black person doesn't act stereotypically black, you're talking white, you're acting white, you're a coon, you're an internalized racist, you're an Uncle Tom, you're an Oreo, you're a disgrace / an embarrassment / betraying your own race, etc., etc. There's a reason that Joe Biden wasn't heavily scrutinized for saying that if you don't vote for him that you're not black, and that's because the general public has been conditioned to agree. And this goes beyond the black community. I've seen Latinos and Asians say the same thing about being white or not being a part of the community if you act a certain way. If you're a woman but don't act like a feminist at all times, you're considered a pygmy. If you're gay but don't agree with the LGBT community on literally everything, you're an internalized homophobic. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. I really hope in the future we can live in a time where stuff like this does not happen and that the future generations will not have to deal with this or live like this. People should be able to operate how they want without being scrutinized for it, but thanks to social media, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Part of the reason I deleted my Twitter in the first place, actually the main reason I deleted my Twitter in the first place, was because of crap like this. The only reason I got it originally is because my friends told me to use it as a musical promotion service. Same thing with Instagram, which I may delete in the future. Main moral of the video: race, sexuality, and other qualities like this don't matter. What matters is who you are as a person, and if people are scrutinizing you for not being like them, well then that says more about them than it does about you. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. Hug somebody today. Bye.